Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. I don't have work today, obviously, since I'm home and it's kind of light outside. I am taking step 3 tomorrow and Thursday. It's a 2-day exam, and they gave me the couple days off before taking step 3. I'm on my ICU rotation, and they gave me a couple days off, which is super nice because it's hard to find time to study while working, which I've never had to study for a step exam while working before, so it was definitely a little bit harder to find time to study. So it was really nice that they gave me these couple days to kind of like get my last minute studying in and get some sleep and everything before I take the exam. So I've been studying for the past couple days. Today's obviously the day before the first portion, and I thought I would show you guys a day of studying for step 3 and kind of what I'm doing to prepare. So I hope you enjoy. I'm gonna start out by making some tea. I'm not super hungry for breakfast yet. Just need to like wake up a little bit. So I'm gonna make some tea and probably drink a Diet Coke or two. So I guess I'll start out by explaining kind of the format of step 3. So it's 2 days of testing. The first day is all multiple choice, like foundations of knowledge, some biostat stuff, like epidemiology stuff, making sure you can interpret literature, that stuff. So that's the first day. It's like 7 hours. It's 6 blocks, I think, of like 30 or 40 questions, so 6 blocks of 40 questions and then break time in there. So then you go back, and then the second day is 9 hours, and it's a mix of multiple choice questions and then these cases. So it's basically like interactive cases where you get like a vignette, and you have to choose like, so say you start out in the emergency room, you have to choose if you want to transfer them to the ICU, if you want to treat whatever, like order labs, order tests, imaging, interpret them, figure out if you need to move them anywhere. Like it's kind of complicated, and that's the part that I'm the most nervous about. And I posted an Instagram story yesterday being like, any advice, please give it to me because I don't really understand this. And I got a lot of good advice, which I'll read to you guys in a little bit. But so today I'm going to focus on kind of getting through the rest of these practice cases on UWorld, because one of the pieces of advice was like, just do all of the UWorld practice cases and you'll be fine. Like just focus on what they want you to order, and like where they want you to have the patient. Like if they're in the emergency room, do you need to transfer them to the ICU? If they're in the office, do you need to take them to the emergency room? All that stuff. So I'm going to focus on that today, but I'm going to just do some like regular questions to wake up a little bit and drink my tea. I'm drinking it out of my osmosis mug to get all the knowledge into my brain. But yeah, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm just going to try and get as much done today without going overboard, and then just like get a good night's sleep for tomorrow. But let's start with doing some of the regular like blocks of 40. I like to do my UWorld blocks on tutor mode, just because I like rarely get through a full block of 40 in one set of time. Like I'll do 20 and then go move on to something else. So I just like to read the answers as they go. And then I always do unused. I do all subjects and all systems. I don't even try to break them down. When I was studying for step 1, I like originally would try to break them down to systems and realized that that didn't work for me. And then so I've been doing them random, like for all of the 3-step exams. I just like to kind of simulate a real exam, but do it on tutor mode because I'm lazy. I have wrapped myself in a blanket, but I am moving on now to the cases as well as my first Diet Coke of the day. So basically these cases are like simulated case situations. So this one is like a girl in the emergency department who just got in a car accident, and they give me like her vitals. Here, wait, let me show you. So they give me like her vitals, and then they give me a detailed kind of history, like interval history, and then you basically like write the orders that you want, or this patient's like an emergency, so you can do like a physical exam, or you can write the orders first, and then you can like move the clock to get results, or like transfer them home, office, emergency department, inpatient unit. So you kind of just have to like make the diagnosis based on what tests you order and everything. So yeah, this is the part that I struggle with the most. I am still doing cases, but I have since moved to the couch. Don't judge me. I do my best work when I'm slightly horizontal. I studied for the entirety of step 2 in my bed and did better than I did on step 1, which I studied for like 6 weeks fully, like as a real person. So I'm just trying to like, again, go through these cases. The hardest part for me is knowing like when to transfer them to the ED. Like I just did one where like this 29-year-old woman, she's like has a little bit of cough and shortness of breath, but like vital signs are stable. But like there's concern for HIV, so like you do that and you're supposed to transfer her to the ED, and I just like didn't do it. So that's like kind of the thing that I'm nervous about. And also like the time passing, like I just don't fully understand like the interface of like time passing. And I also order everything stat because I feel like that's what I do in the hospital, which is maybe not good, but I order like a lot of things stat. So my time management, I think in this thing is the hardest part, and like the figuring out where to take people, because I like generally kind of know what to order. It's just like when to do it, and then like the results take a day, and it's like, do you send them home? Do you take them to the hospital? Like what do you do in that situation? So anyway, just trying to figure that out and just go through them. I'm on like number 28 out of 51. So I'm gonna try and get through all of them today, at least like read the explanations, even if I can't actually do like the whole thing. I also want to work out. I still have not eaten anything. I'm still only on my first Diet Coke though, so maybe I'll eat lunch. I might make that feta pasta if I'm feeling real fancy. Back to studying. I am taking a lunch break. It is around 1 p.m. and I'm gonna cook the viral feta pasta. I love feta cheese, so I'm pretty excited about this. I don't have any garlic though, so we'll have to do without garlic. Put salt and pepper on. Can't turn that with one hand. I guess it doesn't need that much salt because feta is pretty salty. This is the pasta I'm using, this Trader Joe's Gigli pasta, but I love this shape. It's like my favorite pasta shape. All right, I was getting very procrastinating, so I'm gonna go do a Peloton. Just a little like 30-minute one, which is the max that I have gotten to on Peloton, but at least it's something. There she is. Let's do it. Whew. That was hard. I'll show you what I did. I'm sweating. Olivia is my favorite instructor, and I'm like I said, I only really can do the 30-minute ones right now. I have not ever done a 45-minute one because I am tired, and these make me so tired, but I'm working up. I've only done 41, so I'm trying to get there. Good morning. It is, I was gonna look at my watch, but I can't wear my watch because I'm going to the testing center. It is 5:20 in the morning. I am making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich right now to bring as like a snack, and I'm just gonna cut up an apple and just bring some snacks for my test because we get some break time, and for me, like, I cannot be hungry taking this test. That's like, do not focus well when I'm hungry. So gonna make some snacks. I slept actually pretty well last night. Before step 2, did not sleep well at all. Like no sleep at all. So at least last night I got a good like 6 hours, I think. I like had a little bit of trouble falling asleep. My sleep schedule is all weird because I've been on nights. But at least I feel like kind of refreshed. And I'm just gonna make myself some snacks. Kind of nervous. I'm like less nervous than I have been for other exams, but still kind of nervous just because I want to do well. And also I'm nervous because it's like 2 days of testing. So like usually after today I could like relax, but it's 2 days. So I have to like go to bed tonight and then do it all over again tomorrow. Some people don't take the days back to back. But I just only have like a limited time period in which I can take this, and where it's like easy to take work days off. So I just decided to take it back to back. So we will see. Let me finish preparing my snacks. All right, so I am back from my first day of step 3. It was 6 sections of like 38 to 39 questions each, and I had an hour for each time. It was hard. I don't feel as if the practice questions prepared me that well for the type of question I would get. The questions on the exam seemed to go a step deeper than the questions on the practice test. Like the practice test would be like, what's the drug you use to treat this? But the exams, like, what's the mechanism of action of that drug? So I don't feel like I've been prepared the best by the questions. It went by quicker than I thought, but my like focus and my test-taking stamina has definitely gotten down a little bit. I was getting restless there at the end. I had to like actively focus and be like, okay, you just have like an hour left. Just like focus on this. So, I actually don't know how that went. But it is like 3:30 now, and I'm just laying in bed. And then I might take a nap, and then I'm going to work out and like maybe go over some cases for tomorrow, but we're going to do it all again tomorrow because it's supposed to snow like pretty badly here tonight, like ice storm. My mom was like stocking up on flashlights. So I'm hoping it doesn't get canceled because my like UWorld subscription runs out like tonight at midnight, and so I don't have time to study for it again, and B, I don't have time to like take it another day. So I'm hoping that it'll just be okay and I can take it tomorrow. But I'll keep you guys updated on what the rest of the day looks like. Hello, it is much later in the day, but this morning I went to go take my step 3 day 2 exam, and I showed up. So what my tradition is, I've taken step 1, my MCAT step 1 and 2 at the same testing center. So it's kind of like a tradition. It's near my parents' house, and my mom always drives me to the center because it's just like what we've been doing, and I'm not superstitious, but a little stitious, right? So I show up to the testing center at like 6:45, go in, the place is open, like the building is open. My mom's like, I'll wait for you just in case, because it was snowing a little bit here. And I was like, okay, I don't know if it's canceled or not. I literally haven't heard anything. It's 6:45. Hopefully they would have emailed us by now. So I go in, I go up to the floor. The actual like room for the test center is closed. So I called my mom. I was like, can you just wait for a little bit? And like more and more students start showing up. Like there's a line of like 4 or 5 of us. Then the guy shows up And he's like, give me a few minutes. So he goes inside the testing center, and I text my mom. I'm like, okay, we're cool. Like, the guy's here. You can go home. So my mom leaves. The guy spends like 15 minutes. So at this time, it's like 7:15 inside of the room. And then he comes out. So our test is supposed to start at 7:30. We're supposed to get there 30 minutes before. So at 7. He comes out and he's like, I'm sorry. Like, none of my staff can come in. Like, we'll have to cancel your test today, all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, first of all, you need to figure this out before 15 minutes before our exam. Second of all, like, we all made it here. There's now a line of like 15 people, and I get it, you know, but I just wish they had told us earlier, and I had already told my mom to go home. So he gives us all the information to reschedule. I call my mom, who comes back and picks me up. And basically my day 2 got rescheduled, and I don't know when it's rescheduled for. They are sending me like I have to get like a new permit to like take a 1-day scheduling thing. So then I have to like schedule it. It's annoying. But anyway, don't know when that's going to be. My UWorld ran out last night. It was like perfect timing where the last day was last night. So I have to figure that out. I'm kind of annoyed because I just wanted to get it over with, but at least I got 1 day over with. So I just have 1 day more, but also it's just like hard to take days off work. And this was great because I'm on the ICU, so you can take weekdays off. Meanwhile, when I'm like on surgery and stuff, it's harder to. Obviously, they know I have step 3, so they'll give me the day off and it won't be a huge deal. I just like would rather not miss a day. Anyway, so yeah, then I came home and took a nap and have been lazing around, and now it's 5 p.m. and I'm going to go do a workout. But anyway, that is that. Kind of an anticlimactic step 3 vlog. I don't know if I'm going to end the vlog here or if maybe I'll show you when I actually do take the test. Hello. It has been a little while since I took step 3, but I wanted to update you about kind of my impressions about day 2 and also what I ended up getting and what ended up happening. So day 2, I felt like was harder than day 1, and I felt less confident about it. CCS, I was even less confident about. So basically, I went through every single practice question that UWorld has, and I tried to memorize them because what I had heard was, okay, like the simulations are very similar, just memorize the UWorld ones. First of all, there's like 90 UWorld ones you can go over, so it's impossible to memorize every single one, but I really did try to go through and like memorize them. And I felt like I got scenarios on the test that didn't show up in UWorld. And I think what the better thing to do would have been is recognize patterns, kind of learn how to think through these problems. So like, okay, is this an emergency? Is this not an emergency? Do I need to order emergency like oxygen, chest x-ray, all this stuff, or can I wait and do a history and physical? Figure that out, kind of figure out your own patterns. So like for me, I would always forget to order PT-INR before like someone had a surgery or I had to order a surgery. So like recognize things that you forget to do, forget to discontinue, the final orders, figure out what you want to put in for the final orders. Just recognize your patterns versus trying to memorize every single scenario. I think that's a way better use of your time. And don't jump too quickly to a diagnosis, right? Because I think I had some trickier ones. Like in all my scenarios, it was kind of clear from like the history and physical what this person had, which for the most case is the case on step 3. But I did have some where it tricked me, and I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. So don't get too hung up on a diagnosis and like keep going after it, even if the test results don't really follow that. Keep your open mind. I would say the last thing is when you're going over it on UWorld, you think, oh, 10 minutes is a ton of time. Like I'm going to have so much time. It actually goes by way quicker on the exam than you think. I found myself using up a lot of my time, and that wasn't the case when I was like doing the practice, maybe because I was thinking through it a little bit more and taking it a little bit more seriously. But especially I just noticed on the 10-minute ones, like I finished them, but I was like rushing near the end. So those are just the 3 big things. I did end up passing. I got my results last week. I did end up passing, which was a big relief. I was joking with my urology, my co-residents. I was like, if I don't pass, I'm not going to tell you guys, because I was actually kind of worried about it. And I know I always say that, but I was like actually worried about this one because I felt way less prepared than for some of the other ones. So I did end up passing. You do get a score for step 3, which I didn't fully realize, and I did end up doing better than I thought I was gonna do. I thought I would barely pass, and I ended up doing a very respectable score, not as good as my other scores. It was my worst step exam, but I ended up passing, and that's really all that matters, and I feel very grateful. I was like shaking when I was opening it. So anyway, I hope this video was kind of helpful for you. If you want a more in-depth discussion about it, please let me know. And I'll see you next time. Bye.